Hi everybody, it's Peg, and today I am working on a project which is part of the Emerald Creek Dares. They have a blog, and if you go over and check that out, they have a contest every month, and the designers, uh, I'm one of the designers for this, will post pictures of their projects weekly, and then you can add yours for a chance to be a winner. So I'm just starting out. I've got this is just a magazine page that I had altered with some cleaning products. And I'm going to stencil this new stencil I just received from Gwen LaFleur from Stencil Girl. This is a really cool fish. And the theme for this month was beach. And what do we do from the beach? We fish. So I thought, well, okay, let's do something here with this fish because I love it. I absolutely love it, and I thought this would be so much fun to make something with. So I'm just using some modeling paste through the stencil, and then I'm going to add some champagne. This is Classic Powder Champagne is the color. I got this from Gwen's online store. So if you know Gwen LaFleur, you might check her store. She's probably still got some of that. And if not, check the other local vendors that you get things from, because this is really a beautiful champagne color, and that is rich standing up on those dark shades of the background there. So I'm just going to emboss that fish, and I had mounted that on the chipboard, so I'm going to take my scissors after it's embossed and cut around that fish because he's going to get mounted onto my finished piece. So yeah, cut, cut, cut. You guys don't need to watch all of this. So now I have another really cool Stencil Girl stencil. You can tell it's well used and loved. And I'm going to use some DecoArt paint and put these swirly, to me they look like tide pools, on this piece of canvas. And I'm going to use a couple of different colors here. I've got some more embossing powder from Emerald Creek. This one happens to be Fractured Ice, and it's got a lovely green tone to it, which reminds me of the surf. So I'm just gonna, get a little bit of that sparkle onto that burlap piece, and then I'm going to take some glycerin. This is just plain old cooking glycerin from the craft store. You get it probably in the cake section. And I'm going to use my sponge dauber, and I'm going to daub some of that on. And then I'm going to use another one of Seth Apter's Big Texture embossing powders. This happens to be the Deep Sea, and I will emboss that onto the background. I just have to get my heat tool and, just heat that embossing powder up, and then I've got some texture on that canvas piece. And then I'm going to move on to the next step. Okay, so it's time to repeat the process. I'm going to get my chipboard, I'm going to get my paper that I created, I'm going to get my stencil, and I'm going to use this saying that says keep on swimming with my glycerin and that champagne embossing powder, and I'm going to create another piece to go on to my final piece. So now it's time to start reassembling the piece. I'm going to put the frame together and add my pieces to the front, glue everything down, and add some more coloration. There are a few other fun products from Emerald Creek that you may not be aware of. They have what's called the Foundry, where they have really great metal embellishments. They have seashells from the Shoreline Shell collection. These are reef decor. They have stones from the quarry. And so I want to incorporate some of these things into my finished piece. Now I've used some vanilla sugar aroma embossing powder with that glycerin on the corner to mimic the effect of water and sand, beachy theme stuff on the corner of my frame. And I'm just starting to glue down those elements from Emerald Creek, the shells, the cute little anchor, the rocks, the things that you can find in their store. And as I'm doing this, I'm looking at my overall piece and I'm thinking I need to add some more coloration and maybe a few bubbles. So I'm going to get out some Distress Oxide inks, and I'm going to apply some of that and some archival ink, and I'm going to frame this out a little bit more. I did darken the edges, but I want to keep going with that. I want to give it some more depth and, you know, richness. I think sometimes when you layer all those colors on, it just gives that textural richness to your finished piece. So that's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing some of those Distress Oxides in several different colors. I think I used a Wild Honey and a Salty Ocean and let's see, probably a Fire Brick, maybe a little Broken China, I'm not sure. I know I did use some of the soot for the edging because I like a dark edging on there. So I'm just going to go around the edge of the frame with that soot color and help complete this, and then I'll go back to my stencil and finish it out. So I hope you enjoyed my project for today. Isn't that fish just too cute? I love him. I came back and added some Novu glitter and some micro beads, and here's where I stenciled some more from the Stencil Girl stencil from Gwen. Down here in the corner you can see I've got the shells and the cute little anchor. What I did with this, it was a silver color. I just used a gold paint pen to change the finish on that, and you can see the rocks and the shells and all the things that are part of that overall. And that's about it for today, guys. So keep on swimming. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.